Dear Eve, and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a reading for the full moon that's occurring on the 31st of October, Halloween. It's a full moon in Taurus. I'm just going to pull a few cards here and see what pops out for this full moon energy in Taurus. That'll be carrying us over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm ready to start the reading. So this is for a full moon in Taurus that's occurring on the 31st of October 2020. Go up the deck. Yeah. So the first card out we have here is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. The next card out we have here is the Ten of Pentacles, earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And the next card out we have here is the Princess of Pentacles, more earth energy, and this is, for me, this is Taurus. The next card out we have, lovely, is a major arcana card, and it's the Sun, and it's Leo energy. The next card out we have here is the Ace of Swords, air energy, which is Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. The next card we have is the Two of Wands, more fire energy. And then we have is the Alchemist, and the Alchemist is a major arcana card, and it talks about Gemini and Virgo. It's Mercury. The next card we have here is the Nine of Swords, air energy. And the next card we have is another major arcana card, and it's the Strength card, and it's Leo again. The overall energy we have here is the Queen of Wands, and she's fire. So I just feel, you know, with this full moon in Taurus that's happening on the 31st of October, during this time we are in the Scorpio time. Sun is in Scorpio, and we also have we have Mercury going, it's retrograding in Scorpio, and this can talk about, in the recent times, about miscommunication here with the Eight of Wands. Do you know what I mean? A lot of information, communication, getting, you know, and getting like given out, you know, being given, you know, out to, you know, the masses of people, you know, talking about in a collective way. But it could be about, you know, misinformation, miscommunication, do you know? And the Eight of Wands talks about, you know, over the internet, you know, it's fast, it's rapid communication, do you know? And I just feel that in the recent past, this could be talking about this, you know, this Mercury being retrograded, you know, because when Mercury is retrograde in, you know, in astrology, it talks about, you know, communication breaking down, or it can talk about, you know, actual, you know, you know, telephone breaking, your phone breaking, you know, your computer. But I feel more so that it's to do with the voice, do you know what I mean? So more so that maybe information's being publicized, you know, that's being published, so to speak, but it's the wrong information, you know, the wrong information that people are receiving, that people, you know, again, are getting fed into, do you know, that way. And I suppose it depends on, you know, who, or, you know, where you're listening or that, you know, that way. So it could, you know, it could talk about, you know, in the collective about, you know, people receiving information off the internet, whether or different types of media. Do you know, that way it could be, you know, from the radio or that, or it could even talk about specifically, you know, saying like with the news, or maybe with, you know, people or organizations, companies that you may follow, you know, online, you know, with social media, that. But I just feel that, you know, in the recent past that there is miscommunication here with the alchemist showing up, because the alchemist does represent Mercury, and Mercury now is in retrograde, and it's in retrograde in Scorpio, and that's talking about dredging up the past. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel that, you know, there is information being, you know, being communicated to the masses over the internet, and it's about dreading up the past, rather than, you know, trying to, I say for some, maybe they are trying to stay positive here with the sun card, and the alchemist as well, and the Eight of Wands, because it can also talk about good news, the Eight of Wands here, and the sun also talks about positive. So, and I feel that could be that a lot of people are trying to say positive in these times, you know what I mean, and maybe they're trying to, you know, broadcast positive information, you know, because the alchemist is always, you know, working on something, you know, he's trying to, he's the magician, do you know, that way, and he has all the tools of the trade. But I feel that this is it as well, you know, in the recent time coming up to this full moon, that different forms of information is being, you know, is being communicated, but the receiver is picking it up wrong, you know. And I do feel that, you know, it can be a lot to do with the past, you know, it's stuff that's very deep, you know. And I just know what's going on in our own news, so to speak, that it is, you know, some news and information, it's talking about, you know, things that were buried, do you know what I mean, very deep. And I feel that this is what this Eight of Wands here and the sun, but it's asking to be, you know, or maybe, you know, with the sun, it's trying to say to shine a light onto this, do you know, that way, because the sun burns off, you know, anything that's hidden, do you know, that way. And maybe this is what it is for, as in the collective more so. But on a, you know, on a personal thing, I would say that in the recent past, for some, that they have had received some type of good news, you know, and that's been very, very positive. And now this full moon is allowing you to manifest, to do something with this news that you've received, do you know, that way, and allowing you going forward to kind of expand, you know, in some way, you know, in some small way as well, you know, because Mercury is with, you know, it's related to Gemini and Virgo, you know, and Virgo talks about, you know, working on something, you know, meticulously, you know, but something that's, you know, small, that's practical and that. And with Gemini, it's more so, you know, with, you know, people or things or objects that are in your local vicinity, in your local community, rather than, you know, rather than trying to change the world, you know, that way, just concentrate on, you know, working towards, you know, a kind of a better world within your own community, so to speak, you know, saying, you know, to take, you know, small steps, or not even to take the small steps, but just to be more proactive, you know, within your own vicinity, within your own community. It could be even within your own home here with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, that's coming into the future here. It could be, you know, within your own family, you know. The Ten of Pentacles also talks about generations of family, you know, and Pentacles is practical, you know, as well. With this, the Princess of Pentacles, it's very practical, grounded and stable. And I just feel that, you know, this full moon in Taurus, because as I said, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus, you know, wants to bring in abundance, you know, abundance that is tangible, that you can touch, and that, you know, and kind of like, you know, to grow, so to speak. But I feel this is more so with communication within, you know, within your family, you know, just to open up, because we have here is the Ace of Swords, just to open up better lines of communication to do with your family or your community, you know, in around your home. Talking about, you know, generations. It's also talking about the Ten of Pentacles, is talking about loyalty and that. And I just feel as well with the Ace of Swords here that you know, some may have kind of, you know, clarity of mind, you know, or will be going forward, you know, with the Sun and the Ace of Swords here, you know, with a positive outlook now. Do you know that way? Going towards the Two of Wands. Do you know what I mean? Leaving the past behind. That's what it's asking as well, you know, with the Two of Wands. To leave the past behind, you know, and move towards a brighter future, you know, that has clarity in that. With the Alchemist here and the Nine of Swords and the Strength card. So it's saying as well, because with the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Swords, you know, that, you know, to have a fresh new beginning, you know, with your thoughts, you know, as well as that, you know, it could be, you know, looking after your mental health. Do you know that way? Because what you don't, you know, want to go to is the Nine of Swords. Try not to be worrying about, you know, stuff that might never happen. Do you know that way? So it's kind of saying as well, I feel, you know, to live in the present time, you know, with this full moon in Taurus, you know, to be very grounded with yourself and stable, and, you know, little steps with the Princess of Pentacles, you know, because the Princess of Pentacles, she's just, you know, she's starting out, you know, that way, but the energy is bringing in, like, you know, take each day as it comes, do you know that way, and every day is a new day, so to speak, you know. And also I say as well that it's asking you to, you know, because I feel it is, you know, Halloween time or whatever, it is the full moon in Taurus, and Taurus talks about sowing this, you know, or Venus talks about sowing the seeds to bring in abundance, do you know that way. But we are, you know, up here in the Northern Hemisphere going into the winter, do you know what I mean? So you know, we're going to have, you know, short days and long evenings, long nights and that, but it's also asking you to be creative with this, you know what I mean, for yourself, for your own mental health, so to speak, you know, to maybe find an interest, you know, a hobby or that, you know, and get into it. It's not to even to find it, it's something that you know, that's around you, that's in your surroundings already, something that within, like, your home or garden or that, something that you can work on. It's not saying that for you to go out and spend money, you know, on expensive, you know, hobbies or interests, or, you know, it could be even as well with the Eight of Wands is, you know, going online, you know, and picking up an interest, you know, of some sort, you know, something that interests, something that you've all, you know, you've had an interest in. It's not, you know, saying to start something brand new, but just to keep your mind occupied, so to speak, just to show that you're not, you know, not to show, but that you're not going to be, you know, you're avoiding the Nine of Swords. Do you know what I mean? Because what do they say? Idle hands, you know, is the devil's, you know, I don't know, it's something like that, you know, that way. And I feel that, you know, if you're feeling that you're, you know, not looking forward to going into this, you know, this season, it's, you know, it's saying to try and take your mind off of that, you know, off of your worries, off, you know, of the long nights, because the Nine of Swords can talk about, you know, long evenings, dark evenings, or that, you know, and even get your, you know, get into books, start reading or something like that, you know, something that is going to bring, you know, positivity towards you, you know. and something as well, you know, that you can maybe go online and you know, communicate, or, you know, like get into, you know, a group or something that like-minded people that have, you know, your same interests or that, you know, but to keep it positive, to try and stay positive, you know. And with the Princess of Pentacles, it's saying that if, you know, if you start this now, that you, if I just show you here, with this prince, you know, and see here, see the Ten of Pentacles, you know, it's saying that you have everything around you that you need. Do you know that way to you know, to start something, you know, to take an interest in something, you know, not to be looking elsewhere, not to be looking at, you know, or out or looking, you know, towards other people to, you know, to fulfill you in, you know, in some way, or to, you know, occupy it, or that, you know, find your own interests, your own likes, or that, you know. But as well here with the Ace of Wands, you know, if you don't have it in your home or whatever, you know, or that, you know, to go online, you know, and maybe get into groups or that, you know. But I would kind of, you know, refrain from, you know, spending too much money on it, because I feel that whatever, you know, I feel the cards are saying, you know, you have what it is. You may have to buy a few things online to start this or whatever, like, but I feel it's more so to do with a hobby, you know, your own personal interest, not something that you're looking for, you know, to, you know, to make money. It's something for you to enjoy, with the Sun card here, you know. And the Two of Wands is talking about creativity, you know. And with the Ace of Swords, you know, it's saying that you probably will have, you know, a little spark, you know, a little thought, you know, to say, oh, that's, you know, that's what I might pick up, and just to go ahead with it. But we also have here now the Alchemist, the Nine of Swords, and then the Strength card, you know. And the Strength card, the Strength card now, maybe, you know, this, I'd say this is what, you know, what I'd say the Strength card, you know, is saying that, you know, that if you do this, you know, during this time, during the next couple of weeks, find something of interest, you know, it's going to carry you through, you know, because the Strength talks about strength and courage within, but I feel that it's going to carry you through, you know, to these long nights, or that, you know, that way. But as well, this full moon, will bring us, you know, that energy will carry us into, you know, the next full moon, which is Gemini, and that's a lunar eclipse. Do you know what I mean? And I feel that's, you know, a whole different agenda here. But I just feel that it's a lovely full moon, you know, Taurus. It's happening, you know, around Halloween, you know, and Halloween, you know, it's all about, you know, imagination, creativity, and that. So I just feel that this is what it's asking you to do. And we have here is the Queen of Wands, you know, the Queen of Wands with the black cat. It's actually quite, you know, remind you of, you know, Halloween or that. Yeah, but I feel because with this Queen of Wands, you know, she's covered in green, or that it's something, you know, and gold. So you could, for some, but with the wands, it is saying, you know, creativity, but there could be some type of abundance there, but I feel more so it's to do with, you know, what kind of pleases your heart, so to speak, you know, with all this grain that she has there, you know, and she's holding, you know, the black cat, you know, and this could mean, you know, this could mean for some, you know, getting into the, you know, esoterical world, so to speak, you know, finding kind of your own, niche, so to speak, within the esoteric, but it's not for all, so to speak. So I do hope you like the reading. If you do, please like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Slán.